That's the end of the British Grand Prix with one of the most deadliest crashes. The cops' corner being the spectacle for the incident. Talk about that a bit later, we can do that. But before that, about me, I am Amstermadathil from Amstermadathil, an F1 enthusiastic and gamer. And please like, subscribe, share to my channel, based. So, Max versus Lewis, the race reactions, that is the main elephant in the room. So, Max versus Lewis, the sensational fight between the title contenders for about half a lap, which resulted in Max in the barriers and Lewis onto a winning position. Douche. The complete wheel to wheel battle, and after that team battle, was exciting to watch, a fight we have been long waiting for. What is my opinion on the incident? At first, damn furious at Lewis for being the dash driver. No comments on what type of a driver. You can fill it in, whether you being a Lewis fan or a F1 fan or a Max fan. You can fill that. But after the race, I was curious about hearing from other channels' reactions, like the race, WTF1, race, driver 61, and other channels, including F1 channel, official F1 channel. So after hearing them, I had mixed opinions about the crash or the incident that happened in the cops corner, because for me it was not a clear cut racing incident completely. Because why I need to say that is Hamilton took a line too close to the corner, which is a normally a lift off in that corner when you are in the racing line, and that made his exit awkward, and he punched Max. That was it. Need to say, Max escaped from one of the most deadliest crashes of 2021, you can say. Because we had a worse crash last year with Roman Grosjean. But back to my understanding, Lewis was at fault. But a bit of fault does go to Max because he is super aggressive driver. So he could have given more space, but I was checking through the reactions, and one of the channel which was run by the driver 61 channel, he explained it pretty interestingly, saying that Hamilton has the faults. That was the complete thing, because Max gave enough room inside that corner and more than a car's length. But since Lewis missed the apex by a margin, it was his fault to be said, because I personally think, and from the footages that we have seen, it was more of a Lewis fault. But this was not what sparked me. What literally sparked me? What sparked me was that the stewards felt that Lewis was at fault and gave him a penalty. They gave him a penalty, but the penalty was the most lenient of all. Just 10-second penalty, and that too he can consider it in the pit stops. So for me it was like, you put the person in the barrier, which is your biggest rival and your closest threat, and he's in the hospital, and now you just have to face against a broken Ferrari, which was leading the race and having not much of a pace to fight against you. So for me, if you're saying that Lewis was at fault, he did not get the enough amount of penalty that I think he should have got. The penalty became all the more irrelevant when the driver which caused the issue has gone on to win the race. Damn! Does that penalty give any justice for the guy who is in the hospital? I don't know. Plus, and on top of that, Toto said at the end of the race that if there was no red flag, they would have had to retire Lewis because he had enough damages to be retired. So सोने पे सुधा हो गया यहाँ पे यार. However, I need to say that I have nothing against Lewis, but the steward's decision on the penalty pour the fuel on the flame to make it a forest fire. Guys, this was ridiculous. If you are giving a penalty, make it as worth, because that was not even worth. And then we had the team battle between Toto and Hornet, or whoever was Max's person was going on saying that from Hornet, it was like, dude, the person was not alongside when he was there. And in that corner, it is freaking worse to go for a dive bomb, because you cannot. It's a freaking, yes, you had chances over there, but if there were more space to be ran off with, and if you need to concede, please concede. That is the best way to do about it. But Lewis, who was at the receiving end of most of the aggressions shown by Max Verstappen for the past few races in Imola and I think in Spain also, he was like, I am done with you. I need to go for this, because in the sprint race, he saw that once after that Copse corner, you cannot hold on to Max Verstappen. If he reaches Maggots and Beckett's, that is it. That car has ample amount of downforce to move forward like a rocket ship. That guy's downforce was great for that, but still, it was a dash move. Oh god. And this team battle with Toto and Mr. Hornet saying that no, this is not going to happen. This is something that is illogical and too much risk taken. There is risk taken because one of the main things about racing in the Formula 1 is being the risk taker. That was even told by Mr. Great, that is Ayrton Senna. Ayrton Senna, if you have a gap, I will go for the gap. I'll find the statement correct one and I will put it up. This is what I got from that statement. But guys, anyways, what all happened, I got really mad at what happened, transpired, but it's what it is. We have ended the British Grand Prix. That incident is done and enough. Now, the next illogical thing that was going about in that race was the freaking slow pit stops. What was happening all together to different teams like Lando Norris to Sainz to Sergio Perez to what all, who all people were having slow pit stops, and even Lewis to an extent. I don't know what happened. I don't care also now for now. But yeah, because of the slow pit stops, what the heck was happening was Sainz and Lando came out the worst, as they lost a significant part against their counterparts, which was Daniel and Bottas. Norris could have gone on to get a podium in his home race, and Sainz was having a great race where he was trying to get on to the top 5 or ish. But the slow pit stop, oh my god, the Lando's pit stop was horrendous. I think it was about 6 to 7 minutes, 7 seconds. Minutes, god damn it. 7 seconds. So it was ridiculous from, oh god, from the pit stops, guys. And Mr. Sergio Perez went on to have 3 pit stops. He was in the point sections, now he is back in not in the point sections. Only so that the player, which is Lewis Hamilton, does not get his fastest lap to close in the gap with Max Verstappen. Oh god, freaking forget it about it. But what I hated the most at the end of the race was in the penultimate or on the 50th lap of the race, Lewis went for the same move on Charles, and Charles being a thinking driver, because he knew this guy does not barge or does not look for any more gaps. He just goes for the lunges. Not lunges, I would need to say it correctly that he is going for the gaps, but the gaps which closing too fast, you can say that. So he again went like a raging bull. So as you can know, for against a raging bull, you always move aside to a side, and that is what Charles did. Charles tried to put up a fight, but yeah, Mr. Raging Bull does have an issue over there. So the moral of this race was Red Bull came out the worst of this weekend, with the driver in the hospital, a car completely totaled, and a horrendous race for Sergio Perez. Mad race, guys, mad race. The elephant in the room being the lap 1 incident. So that's my race reaction regarding the British Grand Prix. Totally talking only about that crash with Max and Lewis. I am sorry again bringing up that topic, but that is what all that transpired. So yeah, that is it. Like, subscribe, share to my channel for more race reactions and race videos. And for F1 racing, please like into my channel. Please review it, guys. Tell me in the comments what all more comments you wanted to know or you wanted to think about in the race GP. I don't care what you want to say, all that you can say about it. So guys, think about it, have a good time. Let's wait for the Hungary. I know Max is a hungry person, he's an aggressive demon. So let's hope he is in a sane mode rather than in a devil or a beast mode. Sabakare, bye guys.